what can I do for this team? What can I get better at? And those are the things I feel that we should be focusing on.
It's a small group of people who have lifted the trophy in their first year as captain.
ए कप्तान देख मैंने भी तुझे कप्तान बनाया ना लोग मुझे भी पागल समझ रहे हैं ना तो ठीक है ना
On GK Meets GT, today, I'm very happy to see the skipper sitting across from me. That's right, Skip, Captain, Kaptan, the trophy lifting Hardik Pandya. बड़ा अच्छा लगता है मुझे बोल के, Kaptan.
Thank you.
I call you Captain, I call you Skip, Ashish calls you Kaptan. Ashish calls you Kaptan only.
Yeah,
He calls you Kaptan.
I call him cutie.
Yeah, it's a good name for him.
Yeah, he's a cutie. So we whenever our conversation starts, it starts from darling, Kaptan, cutie, coach साहब, जानेमन.
Yeah.
Yeah.
प्यार भाईचारा ऐसे होना चाहिए. My conversation with Ashish also start like that. Sister, cutie.
Sister. Yeah,
darling.
that was very cute. I heard today. I mean, I knew that he calls you sister, and I was like, yeah, I like this. So cute.
Yeah, we both call each other sister.
No, but which is actually a very nice. You know, it shows love. No, automatically like 10 बंदा दूर से खड़ा होगा उसको भी दिख रहा है कि बहुत प्यार इन लोग एक दूसरे को सिस्टर बुला रहे मतलब बहुत करीब होंगे एक दूसरे के.
Him, me, you, we. Sister. We'll also call you sister now.
Oh, thank you.
Choti Bahan.
I will be privileged to be part of that group.
But you're privileged to be part of another group, which is actually, is it a group of only 2 people, right? A first-time captain lifting a trophy? Let me think. That's a good question. First-time captain lifting a trophy. Was Rohit first-time captain when he lifted? First year as captain? Would have been perhaps.
Would have been.
First captain, Shane Warne, obviously.
Yes.
First year. That's it. I think it's a very small group.
Yeah.
It's a small group of people who have lifted the trophy in their first year as captain. Wow. But that doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter if it's your first year, your 10th year, lifting the trophy is special.
Yeah. I was fortunate enough to lift 4 times before as well. So
yeah. But as captain.
Yeah, it just adds a little cherry on the top. But I think winning is winning. But this was obviously very special.
It never gets boring, right? Lifting the trophy.
Not at all.
Never gets
I
old.
don't mind it. I like boring things. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, boring things are good actually. You know, they say in my fitness regime and they say, you know, do the boring part the most because they are the most important thing. They are the most important exercises. And I feel lifting trophy is boring. It's okay. That's the most important thing.
What's the most boring or repetitive or monotonous thing as a captain?
There is nothing actually.
Can I guess one?
Yeah, please.
The post-match interview, especially after a loss.
Nah, not really. I have a rule. PCs and post-match presentations. Obviously, as a captain, I have to go, but mainly PCs or any interview, any message which goes out, I don't let anyone go out except myself because it's very important for me to, you know, because a lot of time when you say something, you are perceived in different ways.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put my players into that situation where they go and someone by mistake says something and someone takes it in some different way. And within my team, there is little tension, which I don't like it. So I made sure that whenever though we were lucky, we did not have many losses, but there was a line which I said in the start of the season. I said, success is there, failure is mine. So I made sure that whenever we lost, I was the one who go out there because it was not about the world. It was about my boys. When they hear, eventually they read out and all that. So for me, it was very important. And nothing was a boring part. You know, I really enjoyed, I won't say challenge, but it was very exciting. And when I got the opportunity, obviously, to do that, for me, it was everything I was like a kid who was in a toy store. So I really enjoyed it.
Let's go back we'll dial it back to the first phone call you got from Cutie. Because Cutie had the idea that Ashish Nehra, for people who just tuned in.
Hey, when did he get the idea? When did he say? When did he get the idea?
No,
did he say? I asked him, he's like, मैं तो 2 महीने पहले decide कर लिया था, तू ही था.
He had decided. So in all fairness, I know, I'm privy. अब 2 महीना मुझे नहीं पता.
हाँ, जितना बता.
पर थोड़ा पहले तो था. जब उसने कहा था कि मेरा पहला ड्राफ्ट पिक होगा हार्दिक, एंड देन ही सेड टू मोर थिंग्स आफ्टर दैट. ही सेड उसको कप्तान भी बनाऊंगा, उसको 4 में बैटिंग भी करवाऊंगा. And he said this way before the draft was done. There's me, there was one more person over there, and he said that. And
Did you get surprised?
of course, everybody did, right?
Yeah.
And you know this, and
Yeah,
I'm
obviously.
coming to that.
Obviously.
So, whether people got surprised or not, what was your reaction when he called you?
So, see, I did get a call from the other franchises as well,
Yeah.
who was just the new franchise who was coming into the thing, and someone who I knew was leading that team. So, for me, it was very important where I was at my stage where I really wanted to go to a person and play with someone who has kind of known me, because I've always found people who have known me has a different perspective or point of view than people who have never come across or you come close to me basically. So when I got the opportunity to even go with someone who I know, I was really keen to go that side. But when Ashupa called me and he started saying that, and that time it was not even the team also did not get the permission that we're going to be part of the
Correct.
IPL, and it was very haywire, things were not even settling and all that. So he said मैं कोच बनने वाला हूँ, अभी देख फिक्स नहीं हुआ है लेकिन मैं ही बनूंगा. So I made a very simple question. I said, Ashupa, if you were not there, I would have never considered this thing also. Because now you are saying for me, you are at least one person who I have always felt that who has understood what I am. Because I am actually very simple to work with or be with. And the one who knows me, they know what I am. So, and I think he comes in one of those categories who has always found the right side of me. And I was completely off the grid because I took sabbatical, not playing any sport. I decided to not be available for anything. So, not aware. I was just reading what I got to read. And I told him, I said, Ashupa, that is very, very important for me, that who you're looking at. We had a good chat about it. That I was like, okay, let me have a think. And he cut the call. And within, I think, cutting the call, he dropped me a message saying that if you are ready, I would like you to take the captaincy.
Wow.
And which was for me a surprise. I did not expect that because I have never been a person who has ever ran behind anything. If something has come, not. So when I got to know, I was in a different zone. That point of time, I was thinking that, yeah, Hardik, right now you have taken a sabbatical from the sport to focus on your mental health, more than your well-being. Kind of get to know who you are. So I kind of got my family together. Which were like 12 odd people.
It's a team.
It's a team. So
Mashallah.
12 odd people came and we started. I said, what should we do? In MI also, one thing was very clear that all the guys youngsters and all that. Anyway, I'm a people's person. So
Ishan Kishan, I know, he's spoken about the fact of how much you and Krunal both have taken care of it.
Obviously Ishan was close to us, but it was about just generally also. I think the bigger problem was that तुम्हारी तकलीफ हमारी तकलीफ वो था हमारा scene. So sometimes places where I have fought for the net bowlers also, because for me injustice happening is like I can't face it. It just मेरे से नहीं हो पाता था. So I knew that I can manage it, but this was a very different role.
Yeah.
So we sat down. Sapu was a part of that conversation as well, and I asked everyone opinion. Chalo tu make karke point. And something which I kept hearing was perception, because I don't speak out at all. I don't give interviews, nor I go to any shows to convey. I let people think what they want to think. Now मेरे घर में पैसा तो मेरे मतलब ना मेरा पेट भरते ना मैं उनका पेट भरता हूँ. So I've not been, but I have come across very different person than what I am.
True.
So
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, and perception was so it kept coming. So I realized that Hardik, you have a fantastic opportunity right now to lead a team in a way where you'll be able to get not just 11, 25 people like how you want. And, you'll get either you win or lose. There will be 24 times, 28 opportunities for you to speak. Then KP is like, you have it in you. My sister-in-law, Panku, said, you know what, yes, my wife said, it's a great opportunity for you to show that exactly what you are. You have led people don't know your cricketing side. People think that you are just a guy who खेल रहा है मस्ती में निकल जा रहा है, but people don't know how much you know this sport and how deep you are a nerd but a different looking nerd about
Yeah,
this sport.
I like this different looking nerd.
Which they were very emphasizing, saying that boss, तेरे को जो जितना तू क्रिकेट में घुसता है उतना बोलते तेरे आजू बाजू वाले कोई आजू बाजू में भी नहीं आते.
Yeah.
But it's just that you are not someone who goes and speaks, or you in a public platform.
Correct.
You do everything quietly. It's not even about winning, but we know that if you get that culture and everything in, this team will look different. This team will be happy. So considering all that, and we realized, I said, you know what, okay, let's go for it. Let's see where it is. And as I said, I knew as a person I would never be attached to this. This is not something which I'm going to be attached. It's tomorrow, if it goes away from me also, I'm more than happy to live my life out and be very content and happy. Not that I've achieved everything, but it's just that I always see the half glass full than the half glass empty. So yeah, we took that call, and yeah, I mean, and then Ashu kept reminding me that. So whenever I used to have a conversation with Ashu about this, he's like, "Hey, Kaptan, देख, मैंने भी तुझे कप्तान बनाया ना, लोग मुझे भी पागल समझ रहे हैं ना, तो ठीक है ना." तो मैं I started saying once, so any example you used to give, so he gave me 6-7 times. अब मुझे बुरा नहीं लगता, ठीक है, वो तुम
बड़ा
जो
भाई है.
नहीं, बड़ा भाई कभी नहीं, वो फैक्ट ही है ना. लोगों को लोग एक्चुअली आशीष नैना को पागल ही समझ रहे थे मुझे कप्तान बना के. सो मुझे उसमें बुरा नहीं, तो मैंने इवेंचुअली बोला, आशुपा, I got the point. Can we have some other explanation to any of your topics? So and we had a very good laugh on that. And because Krunal used to be part of that conversation.
Yeah.
Because it has been always me and Krunal part of that conversation, talking and what is happening not. So then Krunal used to pull. So then one fine day after 15 days, I said, Ashupa, हम सबको पॉइंट पता चल गया कि आपने जो किया लोगों को पागल लग रहे, सही बात. अब पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया, कुछ दूसरा एग्जांपल दो ना, बस करो. And yeah, that's from how we started.
When he took this call, I remember Ajay Jadeja and we were talking, and that's somebody who you're very fond of, and he's very fond of you.
Yeah.
And he said an amazing thing. He says, "Dekho bhai, this is a crazy format. You need two crazy people to understand and win this format." He's the first one who called it. He says,
या तो आखिरी 8 पे 10 पे आएंगे, या तो डायरेक्ट कुछ. Krunal also was one of that. Krunal also said the same thing. I said, ये जो कॉम्बिनेशन है, बोलते ये या तो ऊपर जाएंगे
आर्या पार,
या तो नीचे डायरेक्ट आएंगे. So because यार हम दोनों मतलब दो साइंटिस्ट हम एक्चुअली. आशु भाई was saying, I like कप्तान, देख लास्ट ईयर तक 2 साइंटिस्ट थे, इस साल हमने 2 और घुसाए. वो एक और है साई किशोर, वो भी एक साइंटिस्ट है, वो अलग प्रकार का आदमी है. और एक आया है कोना भरत, वो हमारे से भी मतलब वो तो नासा का साइंटिस्ट है. हम तो नॉर्मल कोई जस्ट अपकमिंग साइंटिस्ट, वो नासा का साइंटिस्ट है. सो या दो कॉम्बिनेशन, कमिंग बैक टू दैट ये 2 कॉम्बिनेशन, आई थिंक पीपल फाउंड इट सेइंग क्या मोहल्ले की तो टीम नहीं बन रही है ना पर. सो
But you guys were hearing this. Okay, that's actually a good point. Joke से serious सवाल जो निकलता है कि obviously you knew this was happening outside, and it's great that you guys embraced it and said, भाई लोग तो ये समझ रहे हैं, या तो बता सकते हो या दिखा सकते हो, और आप दोनों ने दिखाया लोगों को. But when this chatter was happening outside कि क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग, was it affecting you guys at all?
Oh no man.
What was your reaction to that?
लोगों का तो है काम क्या है ना,
लोगों क्या है, गाना क्या है,
उतना नहीं आता,
कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना.
So people get to see I have made one very peaceful, I think awareness has come. Just I tell people, I've seen, and without naming, you see a lot of cricketers get very agitated with if a commentator or a XYZ person says something about them.
Somebody trolls them.
See, trolling is a different thing. That is below the belt. If someone talks about facts and someone criticizes you, it's fine. It's okay. So what? Now, how I look at this is that that is their earning. That is their bread and butter. So now उनको अगर scheme of things में रहने के लिए अगर थोड़ा कुछ बोलना पड़ेगा आपके लिए, ठीक है. I look at it in यार मैं किसी का भला कर रहा हूँ without even doing a bhala, and that gives me very peacefulness. I don't get bothered with all that. It's okay. You say, I laugh it out, and I never go into that zone of saying that I have to prove this guy or this guy. No. Yes, if I have to, I really like to do justice to myself. because I have really put hours and hours of hard work, and really I really appreciate the fact that, boss Hardik, you have given that many hours. Just do justice to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't disappoint yourself, because that will be more hurtful to you, not doing the right thing and not going on the right way, which I'm always ready for advice. I'm always all ears when people tell me something, because I don't know everything.
Hmm.
Though I am aware of a lot of things, but you never know the amount. It's sometimes I realize that in very normal conversation, you pick out things which actually changes your perspective and changes your kind of how you look at things.
Yeah.
It helped me to grow up.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I don't think where I come from, my knowledge of the life, my knowledge of the sport, no education background behind. If I would have not had this quality, it would have not got me here to even understand the sport or in life.
Yeah.
So that kind of acceptance kind of came very early, and it just helped me overall.
I think the good thing, there's a lot of good things that have happened with that one decision that Ashish took, and then the decision you took that yes, you would like to captain.
Yeah, it was that easy. I think credit to him to kind of go for it.
Yeah,
Because it was, I was not even in a zone to think that it was his, and for me to accept it. See, for me it was why I gave him credit that much is that for him it was for him it was a difficult call. For me, it was me saying yes was just a benefit. No,
Yeah, correct.
If you ask me, it was just a easy thing for me to do, get the top money and sort everything out and blah 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 blah. Though it didn't bother me, because it was more about myself. I've always been about what my family thinks about me. Am I ethically right in my life?
Yeah.
Am I doing the right things or not? And I still be wrong. I'll still be wrong. But in my life, I don't have any yes men.
Yeah.
There is not even from my friends to my family to my closest aid. There are no yes men. But for him to take that call and
Yeah.
trust with it, and I don't think he doubted it once also after taking that call, which is something for me a very fantastic thing, because that takes guts.
I keep telling him, I said, what you have done, and in fact, Vikram Solanki said it really well when we were talking to him on this podcast. He said, okay, I hear this a lot, but let's counter it with logic. He says, what all were the points? He says, people say he'd never captained before. He says he's lifted 4 trophies in a leadership role, right? In a senior role, right?
Yeah.
Part of leadership previously. He says when it comes to the player, there's no question mark of the pedigree of the player. So let's put that conversation aside completely. He says, then you talk about, he was not bowling at that time because he was injured, coming back from all of that. Would he have hosed? He says, we decided to play him as a batter, right? So now when you think that a lot of people from outside think, was it just this one crazy decision that one crazy person made? It's not. Maybe that idea in the beginning seemed outlandish, पर उसके बाद ये जो टीम है, विक्रम सोलंकी, गैरी कर्स्टेन, आशीष नेहरा, इन सब ने सोच के प्लान करके जस्टिफाई करा है. ये ऐसे नहीं है कि कोई बच्चे कह रहे हैं हमें खिलौना चाहिए. नहीं, इन्होंने पूरा प्लान बनाया, क्योंकि ये लोग भी मंजे हुए खिलाड़ी हैं, जैसे कहते हैं.
Absolutely. That's something which actually
gives
a
you
lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
This team is actually tactically so strong and so thought out.
Yeah.
Really, like, from Gary to Vikram to Ashu, this guy spent hours and hours, but every decision has been very well thought out. It's just that it's very clear. It's simple.
Yeah.
Once we decide, it's clear. And that makes that decision much more stronger because we don't doubt it.
Yeah.
So when you don't doubt it, and if 4 good brains or 5 good brains have come across and kind of come to one conclusion, more often than not, because everyone, see, again, in this team also, not everyone will agree saying, तुम गलत हो, तुमको हाँ नहीं बोलेंगे. गलत है. और वो रूल हमेशा रहा है कि ये टीम में भी जो गलत है भाई. अभी तुम कुछ भी हो, वो मैं होगा, आशीष नेहरा होगा, गैरी कर्स्टन होगा, विक्रम होगा, या anyone you name it in the group, it's wrong is wrong. Yes, we have a very nice way to explain it, but there is no under the rug के नीचे डाल दो, कारपेट के नीचे slide कर दो और भूल जाओ. No. We point out, if someone's wrong, we will point out and we'll take him on the side and saying that, see, boss, this is not to the culture which we have created.
Nice.
Can you please come back to the culture which we have? We'll really appreciate you, because you coming back to this culture which we have created and the discipline and everything really helps us.
Yeah.
So we make them feel only that, boss, tumhari hamari zaruri hai, which is the fact, which is not nothing that we are making it up or something. I always believe in something. which is like get the best people who you trust. And who you trust by means you know that their heart is at right place,
Yeah.
which here in this team everyone has.
Yeah.
And for me, that's the reason I have so much peace here, because that's why I let it be. Because if you want yourself to be in a zone to provide 25 people with your affection, your love, your attention, you need people like this to look after the other things which you don't need to focus on. So
Important.
it for me, that is what we are very good at. People take each other's load out.
Yeah.
And then that's why I think everyone looks fresh on the ground when we play.
Yeah. It's so refreshing, right? To see you. I mean, one of the things that has happened is, and I was telling Ashu this, I said 12 months ago, there was no talk of Hardik as India captain, right? I said, you picked this guy up. You had this idea that Hardik should captain. I said, now he is, when he leads India or when people are talking about him leading India, there is no raised eyebrow. There is no question. So I tease him a lot. I say, "तूने तो India का अगला कप्तान ready कर दिया यार," right? But that has happened, and yes, of course, we joke about that. But the fact is that it comes from merit and it comes from what you have done on the field. Has this been so interesting for you as well, that in these less than 12 months, you went from sabbatical to leading India?
To be fair, yeah, I mean, obviously, how it has been, that journey has been fantastic. I tell people, I said, I think, my wife, my sports and science manager, to everyone who's been part of my brother, everyone. See, they are my biggest well wishers ever.
Yeah.
They would want the best of the best in the world happening to me. But let's be very honest, they also did not imagine that in 1 year's time I'll be here.
Yeah.
And what I am. So, yes, it is surreal, but I always believed in my life that, if your heart is at your right place, if you don't give up, your reasons are right, eventually good things will happen to you. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Even if bad things happen, it's fine. I trust my process so much that I never doubt that.
Yeah.
So for me, it was about following a process, and result is a very, very byproduct of it. For me, all this has made a massive difference in my life, and I've always been this guy. So I always knew that there are great things ahead.
Yeah.
But obviously, what has happened has been, a very fairy tale thing. Now I stand in a very different place than what I was at 12 months back. I don't know. When I went out from sabbatical, people asked me, before they told me, I told them, I said, if someone comes and takes my place, I'll be there to help him out to become much more better.
Yeah.
I will go back to this thing. It's because I never doubted my skill set. It was more about me finding what I want to do more.
Yeah.
So yeah, from there to now getting an opportunity to lead India in both formats. I mean, obviously it has been a fairy tale, and I think for me this year would be a very memorable, but at the same point of time, I don't create a hawa out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Good.
It's okay.
You have to wear it lightly.
Yeah, it's
Because
I mean,
otherwise
it's
it can
fine.
get very heavy on you.
See, that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm not roaming on sleeve, and I mean not keeping it my sleeves. It's okay. It goes away. So what?
Yeah.
Life does not stop. It's a sport.
Yeah.
I've always made sure I respect this sport. It has given me everything, but it is a sport. Let's not forget that. So when you're not attached to something, it does not hurt because you're not worried. So I'm not worried about to keep my captaincy.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about me leading this side and losing, and I'm like, now what's gonna happen to my captain? I'm focusing on more on the things which are more proactiveness, more important, which are like, what can I do for this team? What can I get better at? And those are the things I feel that we should be focusing on rather than saying मेरे ये हो जाएगा तो वो हो जाएगा. अबे होना तो होना है, क्या कर लोगे? तुम्हारे हाथ में अगर होता तो फिर a lot of things could have changed.
सब राजा होते.
सब राजा होते. So India ka captaincy also, I'm very grateful. Obviously, you know that, very honored and everything. But I'm not attached. So that gives me little more freedom to kind of express myself better way. I enjoy it more. To be very honest, on the ground, I'm like enjoying it.
I've seen this, by the way, and it was so refreshing. And I remember commenting on this on air. There was one particular incident, and you'll remember it. There was Rashid went to field one ball, and he fielded and he fell down and he threw it and it hit his own foot. Right? He was in the circle. And I
It
remember,
went for 2 more runs.
yeah, and I remember the camera cut to you, and you were laughing to like at somebody told you the funniest joke.
Yeah,
right?
that's so hilarious.
It was really,
Yeah,
it was because that was everybody's reaction. But to have the captain reacting like that, and it's such a, I always feel that small incidents give away the big thought.
yeah.
Always, because it's very easy for us to cover up the big things, but छोटी चीजें ना हमेशा लीक हो जाती हैं, right? And when that happened, I remember talking on air and saying, यार ये ना टीम का माहौल अब समझ आ रहा है, क्योंकि कप्तान दो चीजें कर सकता है कप्तान यहाँ पे, या तो गुस्सा आ सकता है कि 2 एक्स्ट्रा रन चला गया, ये क्या हो रहा है, या एक्चुअल फनी है हंसा,
या
दोनों
तो
चीजों।
तीसरा भी हो सकता है कि just stare,
Yeah.
just nod a look and
पर
did not
आप
get.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आप तीनों में से जो भी करोगे स्कोर नहीं चेंज होता, ठीक है, जो हुआ था वो रहेगा, एक्स्ट्रा रन गया तो गया है, ऐसे। पर ये जब हुआ तो ऑटोमेटिकली एवरीबडी रियलाइजेस गलती इंसान से ही होती है, कोई जानबूझ के नहीं करता।
So इसका हर चीज का एक ही simple चीज है, it's about intention.
या
So for me, the number one thing is intention. Where your intent? What is your intention? If your intention is to do well for the team and you're giving your everything, for me, everything changes. I'm a very tough cookie when it comes to people not putting their hands up and trying to hide away. I don't leave them. And everyone who has played with me, nor
Yeah.
or where I have been captain, not captain, leader, not captain, I don't see who you are. If I see that you are not playing for the team, that completely is a no for me.
या
So for me, a lot of times my team players knows one thing very often. It's very clear to them. It's a crystal clear line, which is everyone knows. Give whatever you have. Result is okay. I don't really bother about the result. For me, effort and intention matters the number one thing. So in that situation where you are saying he gave his all.
Yeah.
Now he could have not done anything more than that. In what situation he was in.
या
And it's any other situation.
या
If someone would not put his effort, that's when I will really get. Because for me, it's about if you don't try, you don't know what you can achieve. If you don't dive for a ball, you don't know if you could have stopped it or if you could have not stopped it. So everything boils down to that. Well, because that is not something which I have created. I wanted to create. I want to create people where people make mistake. They are the first one to say, like, I am the first person. I have always been. If I have goofed up or if I have made a mistake, I don't want you to tell me, boss. I will be the first person in the team meeting saying, you know what, extremely sorry, guys. I messed up today.
या
But if I really believe, for example, I'll give you an example. I was in MI. I played Amish Mishra. He bowled their first ball. I tried to whack it. I timed it, but my bat turned. It went out. In the meeting, when meeting happened, post-match meeting, we lost it. We lost it by a mile. And I said, boys, I'm extremely sorry. I messed up. I put the team into a wrong position. But tomorrow, if he bowls again the same ball, I'm going to play the same shot. Because the shot was not a problem. My execution was the problem.
या
So they have to own up their mistakes. I don't like people putting it down. And that does not, because acceptance is the biggest learning curve. You know, if you accept, then only you improve.
Yeah.
And it has helped me in my cricketing career where you play a bad shot and you say that, you know what, wicket खराब था, ये था, वो था, ball cock हो गया, वो हो गया. तुम जाके वापस same mistake करने वाले हो. But अगर आप accept करो कि हार्दिक, that situation, it was not needed, that shot. Next time you'll not.
Yeah, intent was correct. The execution was
Execution
wrong.
was wrong,
And you
and I
know
can't
what
question-
the mistake is also.
Yeah. So
Yeah. The mistake is not the intent.
not the
That is
intent.
correct. So that's
Yes.
good.
And the life which I have lived, although I might be 29, but I have made very different kind of people.
Yeah.
I met the worst to worst, the best. And I've seen the all kind of waters also in this. So
Yeah.
I get to know people's intention with one ball. And I don't be like this thing. I observe everyone's behavior by outside. I never,
No.
I quietly observe and I see that how, because outside also know how you are reflects what you do inside as well.
Oh, great point.
So having said that, it's for me, everything boils down to that if you have intentions are right,
Yeah.
and if it's for the team, I'm fine. If not, then boss, you don't have place in my team. And I don't be saying that my team है तुमको निकाला. मेरा simple है, तुमको खेलना है, टीम के लिए खेलो, नहीं खेलोगे अगर तुम मेरे बेस्ट प्लेयर हो तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, थैंक यू फॉर योर सर्विस, प्लीज गो फ्रॉम हियर, प्लीज गो फ्रॉम हियर, इट्स सिंपल एज दैट. It's not, and it's not, I'm with a lot of respect and a lot of
विनम्रता
love.
के साथ.
Yeah, with a lot of respect and love, I'm saying, because I don't entertain, because champions teams don't have players like those.
Yeah.
Champion teams will always have players who have always been team first, and you win.
So interesting कि अगर टीम के लिए खेलना है तो खेलो, अगर अपने लिए खेलना है तो घर पे खेलो ना.
100% कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं.
खेलो
नहीं, जहाँ आपकी मर्जी, because good luck to you, I wish you the best, I want you to do best,
But not here.
but not
It
here,
ain't gonna
because
be working out
it's
here.
like it's like one fish can spoil the whole pond. So
Such a great point.
yeah,
It is, I asked when I was talking to Vikram Solanki, I said, we've all seen what Hardik, the captain, has done on field. We've seen it, for one full season. I said, but there are things off field that we don't see. And I said, Vikram's such an astute observer of people as well and of life. I said, what have you seen off field that you can tell us that showed you that Hardik is a leader of men, right? And he named one incident for me, which is when you went to the dressing room and addressed the team after GT's first loss. Do you remember that day?
I remember. I don't know what I said though.
Yeah, but do you remember your thought process? The
Yeah,
words
it was like-
the words are not important.
Yeah,
I think
because
the thought behind it is more important.
Yeah, I remember. I think what thought I had. I think I really saw in that team happiness. One thing which was very observant from as a third point of view. And I always see. I like to think sometimes that I like to think and going into someone's shoes and think, what are they thinking? What are they feeling? And that has kind of made me more understand people. So in that time when I remember, because it could have been very easy for us to go in separate ways, and we lost the game, and we lost the game by, it was a disappointing loss, because we should have won that game. We were in a position to win the game, but we lost. It's okay. So throughout the journey, we one thing was very specifically mentioned by me, and a lot of credit to all the support staff and all, that culture of loving each other, caring
So
for each other,
important, yeah.
and having so much love for each other, and enjoying everyone's success. And at the same point of time, if someone is feeling their failure as well, that what they are going through. And that was very evident in me in first, because we won 4 games and we lost the 5th game.
Yeah.
And it was not because we won, but it's just that I observed that was very nicely, transition was happening, that people were very enjoying. Even the guys who are sitting out, they were like very happy for even the guys who are playing in their place. So my biggest important point was not that why we lost and all that is ठीक है, वो पूरा दिन मिलता है आपको करने के लिए, वापस आएंगे, कोचेस का काम है, वो करेंगे, बताएंगे. And so that's why I told these guys, I said, boys, I know how much hard work it takes to do what we are doing, which is to have this mahol, this love, this affection, then caring for each other, and I said, boys, please just make sure never a loss or anything change that, because I said that is harder than anything else. Winning a trophy, we will win if we are supposed to win. If we play good cricket, we will win. But I said, for me, the more important is not winning. For me, it's important that how I see this team. People are smiling when I see those guys are getting, the people who are sitting outside, they are going on the bench. They are so happy for your happiness, for your success. I said, please don't let it go. I said, I've been in part of the teams where you lose and people start saying you win, everyone is good. You lose, people are in their corners and corner. No, I won't. So every time we have lost, I have made sure everyone comes and have to have a get together at no matter. I don't like to I don't like to sleep late. But I made sure that that day I am the one who's sitting in at least 5 jan to 5 jan. And that kind of change. And when we kept winning, no, I should not come.
Yeah.
When we lost, I used to make sure that at least I invite people. Now unke upar hai, there is no force. Almost like good 20-25 people came with support staff and all that. And I wanted to make sure that I keep, I believe that losses are the best laughter medicines. Because you laugh on things. इसने यार किया क्या था आज? Not picking some money, just laughing. यार, what were you doing, JK, today? That was so funny.
खुद अपनी जेब काट के
तू गरीब लग रहा है, प्लीज ले ले.
उसको दे दिया. Do you remember that moment? That moment when You won.
More than anything, I'm so much in love with the people who are my boys here, and
Yeah.
play with them, enjoy, and
Is it more pressure in season 2 than having won
Nahin.
season 1? नहीं
बिल्कुल
बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
बिल्कुल.
आवाज